I never thought I'll be making this kind of video, but apparently saying that it is act that complete can traumatize people for the rest of their life is bad, it's now a hot take. Now, if you click on this video and you don't know what I'm talking about the game No Mercy, which is a Steam video game that got recently banned from multiple prominent countries and got removed by the own creators of Steam lately. That has caused a lot of talk for some reason. If you wonder what the game is about, the game is basically an SA simulator where you SA your family basically. It's just awful, and it also encourages the player to never take no for an answer. Now, if you have a brain and you're listening to me to say this, you're like, well, thank God that it got removed, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, so I was. Because when I saw that on Twitter a few days ago, I was like, well, good. But I was doom scrolling like a few minutes ago, and I got this video.
Somehow this is what's over the line. Like, if you use the logic that this game is like going to like train people to people in real life, well then why do we have Grand Theft Auto, right? I mean,
Well then, why do we have Grand Theft Auto?
If a company wants to make a game, let them make the fucking game. Right? And now it's on Steam, but now these fucking Karens are they gonna remove Grand Theft Auto?
Grand Theft Auto?
And that's just essentially how these stupid ass groups can be at times, right? They can just hoe things because they want to hoe things, so they hoe themselves.
What? Karens? Feminists want to take everything away from us? I'm sorry, but if everything for you is just porn, incest, or games, I think we need to call the cops on you. 'Cause what are you even talking about? How are you gonna like defend this type of stuff? Now, I know there's a lot of people that defend this kind of stuff because they're fiction, and you're not doing anything in real life, you're doing this in fiction. It's still awful. This type of conversation has happened multiple times with different things. There's like the BookTok drama with, I forgot the name of the book, but there's this book about a guy that's attracted to his friend's daughter since she was 3 years old or something like that. They basically don't do anything until she turns 18, but it's still a really creepy book. And when it got published, a lot of people were like, well, this is actually pedophilia. And a lot of people came to defend it, being like, well, it's just fiction. I feel like where's fiction, we need to draw a line when we use that, oh, well, it's fiction. You know? Not to when it comes to pedophilia, not when it comes to rape and openly being misogynistic. I don't think that's how it works, and it shouldn't work like that. We need to stop defending that kind of stuff. And by the way, the author of that book that I'm mentioning, she got arrested because she had something. I don't think it wasn't CP, but it was something related to that. She had like awful child stuff. So yeah, you can say, oh, it's just fiction, but I know why the fiction exists, and I know why people that watch the fiction watch it. A weird thing to defend and to, I don't know, to exist. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not even sorry. If you like that kind of stuff, you're weird. The same situation happens with lolicons and shotacons. Oh, well, they're just drawings. Well, drawings of what? Can you tell me what are the drawings? What are you doing in the drawings? Yeah. I don't think you can defend this with, oh, it's just fiction. And I don't think you can defend anything within this topic that is just fiction. So now with the purpose to know if these clips were not taken out of context, I watched those 3 videos that appear on that TikTok, and they were not taken out of context. Now, I'm gonna talk about them in order of, like, bad to horrendous. And the first one is the Asmongold one. Surprisingly, his take is not, like, terrible, I guess. The video that's up in his channel is from his channel's clip, and it's only about, like, a minute and a half. And it's just really short. It doesn't say much. He doesn't say much. The only weird thing that I took out of it, I don't know if this was something that he asked the editor to add in, or if the editor added that on their own. But there's like a mention about how the fact that people trying to take down this game just made the game more famous, and kind of like blaming them for that. It's just like a weird statement. I don't know how to feel about that.
Context. Apparently, there's been a massive campaign to get a game title removed from Steam. While looking into it, I was genuinely surprised by how far-reaching the effort has been. And like many have pointed out, several publications made it seem like the game was wildly popular, involving even the UK government, which wasn't really the case at all. Ironically, those same people who wanted the game removed have now signal boosted it like absolutely crazy.
So yeah, that's basically all the video, just like a minute and like 15 seconds. He doesn't say much. He brings the GTA conversation up, but I will talk about that later. It's just, I don't know. It's a weird take in the middle of the video, but I don't think we should blame the people that are trying to take down this video and like are constantly fighting to build a good environment for everyone for making the game famous. It's just a straight weird take. Now these two other videos are long for what they talk about, and just like straight away, these people cannot hide how much they just hate women. Like, I'm gonna put you clips of both videos, not even 5 minutes in, by the way.
Ah, the battle of censorship. Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed we would have to yap about it in some other shape and form again? It's like the Kingdom Hearts 4-way. It's never going to end. But when it comes down to it, though, we do have reason to talk about it because women wants to be controlling yet again.
Women wants to be controlling yet again.
So, there's a game, I believe it's called No Mercy, and it's on Steam. It's an adult game. It's about like sex, and it's about like, you know, crazy degenerate shit, right? Misogyny, beating up women or whatever, right? And it's basically I believe it's first person, and it has nudity, so like I can't bring up any screenshots or anything like that. And there's these fucking Karens who are basically in this group called Women in Games. Now, I fucking hate that. I remember the company that I'm working for, they sent a bunch of our female colleagues to Denmark because there was like some kind of like get together or collaboration where they're like, oh, we need to bring in more women in gaming. This was a huge mistake.
Anyways, you might be thinking, surely it doesn't get worse. Surely they just get it out of their chest and that's it. That's the whole video, right? They just don't stop. They just don't stop. They just hate women. And I don't know how to stress much about it without sounding like a crazy person. But they do, alright? I wanna go video by video. So we're gonna start with the gay senpai guy video. Now, one of the main things that he says is that it's pixels on the screen. You're getting mad about pixels on the screen.
How dare you? And all that type of stuff when it's pixels on the screen.
I'm gonna say the same thing I said earlier about the lolicon stuff and about the book. What about those pixels on the screen? Can you tell me? Can you tell me why you're defending that? He also complains about censorship, and he compares it to 50 Shades of Grey and Game of Thrones, and saying that this game has only been taken down basically because it's a small indie game, and how women just can't go for bigger games or bigger stuff, and that they keep harassing small creators. I think it's just an insane take to have. Okay, number one, 50 Shades of Grey is consensual between two adults. It is kinky as fuck and can be gross sometimes, but it's between two consensual adults. Now, Game of Thrones, I'm guessing he's talking about the show. The show is horrendous. There are gonna be people here that are gonna be mad, but I have read the books, I have all the books, I am a Song of Ice and Fire big fan. The show is horrendous because the directors are horrendous and they add sexual assaults where they never existed. And I'm not defending George R. R. Martin because there's weird stuff in those books when it comes to Daenerys. There's this other game that he mentions. I cannot remember the name of the game. I'm gonna put a picture somewhere. But the only thing I know about this game is about the incest thing. I didn't know it had multiple endings, and there's only one ending where they end up having relationship between the siblings. But let me tell you something. The only reason that I know about this game is because of people being weird about the incest. He also mentions about how these women have done nothing for Iron Woman by taking down this video game because women keep getting physically abused anyways. and that women are not thankful for what they're doing.
Congratulations, women in gaming. You did literally effing nothing. You didn't protect a single woman from actually getting real life abuse at all. Now, Karen over there is still getting slapped around by her husband like it's basically just an average Tuesday.
I don't know what this guy is talking about. And I was like, at some point I was like, you know what? I kind of I don't agree with what he's saying, but I can see where he's coming from.
Like, damn, nobody wants domestic violence or anything like that. Not in the real world. But with people making decisions like this, it makes you want to slap a bitch.
Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like these people just straight up hate women. It's not about censorship. This guy, by the way, he also talks about ecchi at the start of the thing, and how much he enjoys ecchi games and whatever.
Just getting that game removed off of Steam, high key kind of sucks. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Granted, was it something I'm gonna play? No, I could care less. It's not the type of thing that I would go out and just straight up play. You know, like, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't mind playing like an ecchi game or like a hentai game straight up. Like it was like some damn, Fredina's night.
Weird. Weird behavior. And also, he was in another rant, as you can see, not even like 1 minute in his video. He's like, women want to control everything. He brings up that again, and he's that women want to control everything that we do. And he also brings that rape and abuse is like an uncomfortable truth, and hiding it from games is censorship. But I don't know how the fact of removing a game that is like the whole game is about just rape and abusing their family is censorship. I don't think that's censorship at all. Alright. Now the second guy, Philip Chan. Jesus. This guy is just a woman hater. Again, if you cannot tell by the script that I showed you earlier, yeah, he's just like this women, this snowflakes, this Karens. He also brings up that do not engage with this product if you don't like it. And the other guy, this Jay Senpai guy, also said a bunch of similar stuff, and I get it. You know, for example, I'm a very picky person when it comes to consume any sort of content, either video games, movies, shows. I know what I like, and I know what I don't like. For example, I'm not a big fan of like very cheesy romantic books, and I don't like roguelikes that much. Therefore, I barely interact with this type of stuff. And I think that's the only correct way that they don't engage with this if you don't like it applies. When it's sexual assault, when it's basically a rape simulator, I don't think it does. And if I need to explain it to you why, you gotta look inwards. I don't know what to say more about this guy. I want to put some other clips here so you can make your own conclusion, because I don't know what to say more about this guy. He also goes on like a rant that, oh, I'm gonna buy this game, I'm gonna play this game, and also he mentions how I'm a gooner content creator, so I don't know. This guy, I think, surprisingly, I thought it was going to be the other guy, but I think they're just both in the insane levels of being weird, and we need to call the cops on them, because what are you even saying?
Warning! Danger! God, man, like the fucking weak ass pieces of shit online. These fucking snowflakes, dude. Video fucking women in video games. I hate them. I like, you don't have to interact with this. You don't have to interact with this game. What the fuck are you doing? You know what? I'm going to buy the game and play it myself. Buying the game for my account, continue the payment. Buying the game. I'm buying the game, chat. I'm not gonna have these bitches ruin video games again. It's because girls secretly love that shit.
It's, women are in a nature setting, like, to be conquered.
They love being dominated on, right? But whenever there's a game that's catered towards men, on the other hand, right? They want to get that shit removed. Root and stem. I'm not going to let that shit happen. I work in the video game industry. I make sure gooner materials exist. These Karens, are out of control, and they need to be fucking sent back to the kitchen where they belong. Despite this, Valve does still have a list of
I don't understand how these people have a platform. Although there's not like bigger content creators like Asmongold or something like that, it's still bad. You know, they still have people that support them. They still have people that agree with them. The Jason Pie guy was liking comments agreeing that women enjoy getting essayed, and the other guy also mentioned that. How can you say this stuff and go on with your life? Also, how can you say this stuff and be like, but guys, we need to separate fiction from reality. The fact that I play this game about essaying women doesn't mean I'm gonna essay women in real life. But how you defend that statement when you're saying this kind of stuff too? Like, are you insane? Do you listen to yourself while you're talking? Anyways, now comes the GTA and No Mercy comparison. Comparing both games is just stupid. Yes, GTA is about shooting and murdering people and missions, and but that's like not the entire game. Like, how you compare about this game that has like is like really rich in lore, and there's like missions and there's like a bunch of stuff, and it also, like, this game is making fun of these people, you know? I mean, I don't think making fun is the correct word, but I think what I'm getting here, if you think Rockstar and all these people like you for the takes that you have right now, I don't think they do. I want to bring Red Dead Redemption, because there's like this feminist lady that appears in the game at some point, and the player used to hit her, and now they and now they made her be able to hit players or something like that. And there's like eugenics mentions and that. This game is making fun of you. This game don't like you. This game makes fun of racists. This game makes fun of people that hate women, and this game makes fun of basically Nazis. So bring in this type of games and compare them to this game that's basically a SA simulator. It's just crazy. And also the fact that we are acting like GTA doesn't get bring up in conversations when there's a shooting that happened in some part of the world. It always does. What I'm saying is not, I don't think games incentivize violence. I'm not like that's not what they're looking for. But there's people out there. There's people out there like these two guys. These two guys are like dying defending this game, and they're like saying it's just fiction and whatever, when they're also saying the things that I show you that they're saying. Like, that doesn't make sense. You're not thinking right, you're not hearing yourself, you just hate women. And that's it. And once again, if I need to explain this to you, go therapy. Go to therapy. That's all I can say.